But the thing is, for the Chiefs, they may be more interested in Tyreek Hill than Devontae Adams. So let's talk about that. Tyreek Hill, bit of a cryptic tweet the other day, said he woke up to trade news that was exciting. Didn't expand on that. Dolphins are still without Tua. They're 1-4. Tyler Huntley is going to be their starter for the next 3 games. And just for funsies, let's pull up their schedule. Because Tua cannot come back till week 8. According to what I'm seeing, he is planning on making a full recovery in week 8. He's almost symptom-free, they're saying. Doesn't change the fact that they don't have him until then. And their next 3 games, you get the Patriots, the Colts, and the Cardinals. Winnable games, but you just got blown out by the Titans. So I'm going to make a bold prediction and say I think they lose to the Colts, lose to the Cardinals, maybe they beat the Patriots. Let's say they go 1-2 in their next 3 games. They're going to be 2-6. With Tua, you win all 3 of those games. With Tyler Huntley, you probably win 1 of those 3. They're going to be 2-6. Then Tua comes back. First game back, he has to take on the Bills and that defense, Von Miller and that D-line. They're going to lose that game in Buffalo. Are you kidding me? So then they're going to be 2-7. The Rams, maybe they can beat them to get to 3-7. Raiders, maybe you can win to get to 4-7. Patriots, with Tua you can win 5-7. Okay, now you've won 3 in a row. But here's the last bit of their schedule: Packers, Jets, Texans, Niners, Browns, Jets. Even if you want to assume that the Jets aren't actually going to be a threat and the Browns aren't a good team anymore, which, I think they have a good defense at least, and they'll have Myles Garrett by that time. I would imagine the best case scenario in those last 6 games is to beat the Jets twice, beat the Browns, and beat the Packers. Best case scenario, you go 4-2 down the stretch. But if you're 5-7 going into the stretch, that puts you at 9-8. Best case scenario is 9-8. And that's not going to get you in the playoffs. At least I don't think it is. It would take a miracle. And that's if you can sweep New England, sweep the Jets, and then you have to beat the Browns, Packers, who look pretty good, Raiders, and the Rams. That's the 8 wins I'm giving them right now. I don't think they're going to get there. So here's what I do if I'm Miami. I wouldn't bring Tua back for this year. I would let him rest the entire season. I would trade Tyreek Hill for a first-round draft pick. And but essentially, yeah, let Tyler Huntley play out the season as your quarterback. And lose a bunch of games. You have 2 first-round draft picks next year. One of them will be a top 10 pick, the one from yourselves. The other one for Tyreek might not be. Take those 2 first-round picks and then reevaluate your options and say, look, what do we need most to support Tua and help them win? Do we need to spend some first rounders on the O-line? Do we need to add the defense? Because you can get a haul for Tyreek Hill. You can get a first round pick and more. Because everyone's saying, well, how are they going to replace his production? They need Tyreek Hill. I don't necessarily think they do. Their offense was good before he came in. Now, it was great last year with him there. It was great. But you still have Jalen Waddle. And I think, here's what I do. If you trade Tyreek Hill, then go into the offseason and sign a T. Higgins to be your new number 2. Now you got Waddle and Higgins. That's still a great combo. And maybe go out there and trade for a better tight end. You already have good running backs. I don't think trading Tyreek Hill would be detrimental to their offense because their offense doesn't rely on him to be great. Their offense essentially is the Tua dink and dunk. Tyreek's best in a downfield deep ball offense. Tua doesn't throw the deep ball that often. Tua's a dink and dunker. So they might actually benefit more from having other receivers who are better at kind of playing that dink and dunk game instead of Tyreek, who's a great deep shot, but Tua doesn't throw a great deep ball. So I think if I was them, I'd be fine trading him. But I understand, they might lose the fan interest without him. They might, people would obviously be down on the team. But if Kansas City comes calling, if Kansas City wants him back, I would do it. Look, the Chiefs, if they want a receiver, a reunion with Tyreek is on the board. I think Mahomes would be thrilled. I think Kelsey would be thrilled. I think Andy Reid would be thrilled. I think they would love that. And I think Tyreek would be thrilled too. Tyreek talks a big game in Miami, and he's hyped up Tua a lot. But you go to the Kansas City Chiefs in a reunion with your former team with a chance to three-peat. Who doesn't want that? Obviously, Tyreek wants that. We'll see if the Marlins are bold enough to do it. We'll see if the Chiefs are bold enough. Like I said yesterday, I do think the Chiefs can survive without Rashee Rice. I think that they will be absolutely fine without him. But if they really want to make that upgrade, they can do it. They have the cap to do it. They have the draft picks to do it. I would think they would be much more interested in Tyreek Hill than in an aging, declining Devontae Adams.